Hi, I'm Danielle Shay, and I'm the Director of Options at Simpler Trading. Welcome to today's episode of your Daily Five. So today I wanted to talk about the IPO market. This is an area of the market that, yes, it's going to be more volatile. Yes, it's going to carry a little bit more risk. But the fact of the matter is it has shown just absolutely impressive rewards. And so for that reason, I definitely do want to partake. One thing that I wanted to show you is just starting off with the IPO ETF, okay? One of my core strategies, well, I guess two of my core strategies. The first one being the squeeze. So you can see the squeeze right here. This, like I said, is the baseline of everything that I do. What it does is it looks for compression that is about to break out. So in this example, you have the IPO ETF that was in a little bit of a compression mode here, and that tells me with the squeeze that it's ready to break out. Now, the second part of my strategy that I was going to mention is I love to trade directionally, and I love to trade when there's one area of the market that's moving. And that's pretty much going to be the core of my strategy, right? So if I notice that the IPO ETF is about to make a move, that tells me that I need to check out some of the more recent IPOs because those are probably making a move along with this ETF. So can you invest in the ETF? Yes, you definitely can. I like to invest in the ETFs really just for long-term holds a lot of the times. And, whenever I find a good one, I just put that in my portfolio and I keep it there for a while, but you can add a little bit more size just to trade this individual move. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about the next chart. Chewy. All right. This has had a just phenomenal move. Chewy was one of my favorite tickers to trade last year. In the beginning, whenever an IPO comes out, this is very typical for it to look like this. It's just trying to find its path. There's always a lot of hype in the media, but what you want to wait for with an IPO is you want it to find its footing. And so right about here, December, January, February, we had a lot of consolidation. Again, you can see the squeeze right here. And then finally it found its footing. We finally have price above the moving averages. You have some stacked moving averages and it starts to behave. What I mean by that is when it pulls back, it hits support, goes higher, hits support, goes higher, hits support, goes higher. This was definitely my top trading ticker last year. And even just today, actually, I took this screenshot last night, but today it's making a new all-time high. Okay. So when you find a ticker like this, especially that is such a low price stock, I mean, last year, this was trading around $20. It can really make for some great trading. Okay. The next one is Peloton. So Peloton, absolutely one of my favorite tickers to trade. Also, same situation with the IPO pattern. It's pretty back and forth. There wasn't really any great trading signal until finally it found its footing, okay? Again, you have price now above the moving averages. My candles are bright green. Every time it pulls back, it hits support. This is what I call the 5-star pattern. And then it goes again. We have multiple instances where there are squeezes here, here, and here that made for some great trading opportunities. Right here with Peloton in particular, my next opportunity that I'm looking at is this earnings series, okay? Peloton has obviously had a lot of hype around it due to the pandemic, and I'm looking for Peloton to make the next leg higher up to about $185 for this run into earnings. So that's a trade for you right there. The next one that I'm looking at is going to be FUBO TV. All right. So this is an online streaming TV channel. Apparently they have sports. This is very important to some people. But this is a more recent IPO. Okay. Now what's interesting about this ticker is that you didn't ever really have it trade super sloppy like some of the others. Actually, this one just kind of straight out of the gates. You had a really nice 5-star pattern here. You have the stacked moving averages, you have price above the moving averages. And so, it didn't ever really pull back and, have that sloppy chart pattern, even though in the beginning it was just kind of sideways, right? Well, guess what? Then what happens is we start to get some energy here. Then we have a really nice movement higher. And you know what else I love about IPOs is I love that they have short interest, okay? So with these IPOs, whenever they start moving and whenever they're near a previous all-time high, you got to check and see if there's short interest, because guess what? If there is, when this thing starts moving, it has the ability to really just explode through the highs, okay? So FUBO is another one that I'm looking for. The resistance target is going to be around $50 and the full target is going to be around $80. The next one that I wanted to talk about is PLTR. So Palantir, there's a lot of hype around this one. Same thing with the IPO pattern. You just have this back and forth, nothing's really happening. And then all of a sudden, boom, off it goes. Now, after it had that great move, it's pulled back and you guessed it, it's in a squeeze. So at this point in time, I'm looking for this one to break out, and I'm targeting $30. And then after that, I'm targeting 34. I have a variety of positions on this one. I have long calls, stock, and some bullish butterflies. But anyway, this is what I'm trading. I think that the IPO market's really hot. And I think especially there's another one coming out this year, Roblox. That's one that I'm really anticipating. But I do think that traders should know that trading IPOs are going to be more aggressive and they're going to be more volatile. But that being said, you can get some pretty great moves. So if you would like to learn more, you can follow me at 5startrader.com. That is going to be my free newsletter. I write about different setups that I take, all kinds of trades. You can also follow me on Twitter at Trader Danielle. Additionally, I wanted to let you know that I am having a webinar next week. You can go to simplertrading.com/results. And I'm going to be talking about how I grew my options account last year and what my plan is for this year. So thank you so much for having me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.
Hey, Grayson Rose here with StockCharts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, consider giving it a like down below, maybe leave us a comment, and if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe at the link up above. We're gonna bring you daily content from an incredible collection of technical analysts and financial experts.